to me sounds like a red flag. Okay, if you're thinking this man is not going to stick around in the future for whatever reason, this is a red flag. Hi beauties, this is Katie and I help smart, attractive, successful women attract and keep high quality men. And today I want to talk about how to make a man fear losing you. Starting to just really enjoy these kind of videos. It's kind of funny. Like, how do you make a man fear losing you? You can't. That's it. End of video. If you're thinking, how do I make him fear losing me? Then you're actually thinking, I fear losing him. Okay? Our thoughts about other people are actually just our thoughts about ourselves. The only reason you fear losing him is because right now you don't feel secure in the relationship. Because of your circumstance, his circumstance or him, you're not feeling secure in a relationship. You have evidence to believe that this man that you're seeing could leave you in the future, could leave you a week from now, a month from now, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months from now. At some point in the future, you're thinking he's probably gonna leave me. So you asking this question, how do I make him fear losing you, is really you wanting to future-proof the relationship. You wanting a guarantee that he's not going anywhere in the future, right? Future-proofing it. You want some certainty, some security on the future. Okay, and the only reason you would want security on the future is if you believed there isn't security and he is gonna leave at some point in the future. So the next question we want to ask is, why do you believe he's going to leave at some point in the future? Chances are it's because of him and his circumstances. Something about him and his circumstances makes you think he's not going to stick around X amount of days into the future. To me, sounds like a red flag. Okay, if you're thinking this man is not going to stick around in the future for whatever reason, this is a red flag. It's a red flag because if he's not making you feel secure because of what he is saying or what he is doing or his circumstances, and it's not making you feel secure, then it's a red flag. And the red flag is there for a reason. Okay, we call it red flag because it means you're probably headed towards heartbreak or the relationship not working out because of the circumstances in the relationship, right? For example, if he's already married, if you're the other woman, that's typically a red flag. You're probably anticipating he's gonna leave at some point in the future because of the circumstance. See what I mean? So that would be a red flag. Now, knowing that you're dealing with a red flag, that's the only reason you could be feeling this insecure about the relationship. You're probably thinking you only have two options here. You either leave the relationship or you stay in the relationship and you just ignore the red flags, or you kind of like trying to work around the red flags, like try to compensate for the red flags. Just kind of like, yes, I see it, but you know, it's worth it. Okay, you might tell yourself it's worth it, but the anxiety is still there because you can't ignore the red flags. You can't ignore circumstantially what's happening, right? So you're still going to be constantly triggered. And when you're constantly triggered and thinking, oh, you know, he's going to leave, this is going to make you anxious and make you go on YouTube, type in, how do I make him fear losing me? Okay, you're typing this in, how do I make a man fear losing me? Because your brain's trying to like solve for this. You're trying to get some kind of security because you think if I can get him to fear losing me, then he's gonna lock me down. And if he locks me down, then I won't have to worry about him leaving. Okay, then he'll be with me forever and ever and ever, and then I'll feel secure forever. I'll feel like I've arrived. I feel like I'll be complete and all my problems will be gone and all my anxiety will be gone, right? That's why you're trying to get him to fear losing you. The truth is We can't change a man or his circumstances. Circumstance being he's married or he's really busy, he has to travel all the time, he's surrounded by women, like he's talking to women all the time, he's dating multiple, well, whatever it is. Right? He says he can't commit because of this and this and this reason. Right? He has to leave the country, whatever the circumstance is. If you can't change that and you don't want to leave, then the only option you have is to ignore the red flags. And I see this, women doing this, and they're constantly in anxiety. They're constantly putting themselves in an anxious state because the brain can't really truly ignore the red flags. Right? The red flags are there for a reason. He's non-committal, he's unavailable, he has a wife, he's traveling, 90% of the time, whatever. Red flags are there for a reason. You can't ignore them away. Okay, so you're going to be constantly anxious and constantly trying to find a solution, but there's not going to be any solution because you can't control the universe. You have these two options, and these two options both lead to the same destination, which is he's going to leave. Okay, if you stay, he's going to eventually leave because of the red flags, or you're going to be annoyed and leave. Either way, it's going to end. Or you leave him and you'll end up in the same place, which is no relationship. He leaves, you leave, right? Same place. Now, depending on which you think is the more painful scenario, you're going to choose the other one. If the option to leave now is more painful than staying and trying to find a solution and having hope, then you're definitely going to just stay and trying to find a solution. But both options are going to leave the same place. The quick death, or you get a slow poison drip of torture and then you die, right? Die sometime in the future and just a slow poison drip. Which would you choose? This question is a lot more complicated than it seems, right? On the surface, it would seem anyone on the outside looking in be like, well, obviously you'd pick the quick death option. If there's red flags, obviously you just leave. But it's a lot more complicated for the person in that relationship. The reason you would pick this one, chances are it's because you link your future happiness to him. And there's only one of him. So there's a scarcity thing, as well as you're betting on him giving you value and him picking you to make you feel really, really valuable in the world. If him picking you is tied directly to how you feel as a person and how likely you're going to be happy in the future, you're going to choose this option, even if you're still going to end up dying. Like, even if it's still torturous and you're torturing yourself, you're still going to choose that. Okay, so it's really, really important what you believe would make you happy in the future. Is it dependent on him picking you, a man picking you? If it is, then you're going to have a hard time cutting that connection off. If this scenario wasn't the case, if we could live in a world where you can have anything you want, if you knew you were going to find someone else, someone better, there was no pressure on you to have to get this guy at all. You could be what you want and have what you want. Okay, which would you choose? If you're finally done with the relationships that just don't ever go the way you want, then I highly recommend you book a call with me to find out how you can finally create a sustainable, healthy love life where the man is available and can give you what you really want. All you have to do is book a call with me by going to the link below, and I can help you do that. And that's all from me. You have a lovely week, girls. I'll talk to you real soon.